Okay, let's get into it.
Picture this: London, 1888, a series of gruesome murders that strikes fear into the heart of the metropolis, the birth of the world's most infamous serial killer, Jack the Ripper. Welcome to the foggy alleyways of Whitechapel district, where the gas lamps flicker and cast long, eerie shadows. It's a time of stark contrasts, with the opulence of Victorian prosperity brushing up against the grim reality of urban poverty. Amid this social turmoil, a horror emerges from the shadows, a spectre who would soon be known by a chilling moniker, Jack the Ripper. This isn't just a tale of a killer, but a portrait of an era. The Ripper murders occurred at a fascinating crossroads in history. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, transforming society at a breakneck pace. Yet, amidst the innovation and progress, a dark underbelly festered. In this gritty landscape, the Ripper's reign of terror took hold, sending shockwaves through the city. The gruesome nature of the crimes, the seeming impunity with which they were committed, and the inability of the authorities to apprehend the culprit all conspired to create an atmosphere of fear and paranoia. The media of the time played no small part in this. Newspapers were hungry for stories, and the Ripper killings provided the grist for the mill. The press, in their zeal for sensationalism, fanned the flames of panic, turning a local horror into a national obsession. They gave him his name, they spread his infamy, and in doing so, they contributed to the enduring mystery of his identity. Even today, the name Jack the Ripper sends a shiver down the spine, a symbol of an age-old fear of the unknown, of the evil that lurks in the shadows. His tale is a grim reminder of our own vulnerability and the disturbing depths of human depravity. And thus, against this backdrop of fear and horror, begins the tale of Jack the Ripper. In the heart of Whitechapel, the murders commence, each more horrifying than the last. In the late summer of 1888, the cobblestone streets of East London become the stage for a series of gruesome acts. It all begins with Mary Ann Nichols, found lifeless in Bucks Row, her throat cut, her body horrifically mutilated. The city wakes up to a chilling reality: a killer is on the loose. Just a week later, Annie Chapman meets a similar fate in Hanbury Street. Again, the throat is cut, the body grotesquely tampered with. The brutality of these crimes leaves the public in shock, and the police baffled. The killer leaves no pattern, no discernible motive, only a grim signature, a savage cut to the throat, and the horrifying mutilation that follows. As the autumn leaves fall, two more victims succumb to the Ripper's blade: Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, their lives extinguished on the same night in late September. The city reels, the fear palpable. The police scramble to make sense of the senseless, while the killer remains a shadowy figure in the foggy alleyways. In the midst of this terror, letters begin to arrive at the police station. Penned in a crude hand, the writer claims to be the murderer, taunting the police with hints and promises of more horrors to come. The public's reaction is a mix of fear, fascination and revulsion. The letters, whether genuine or hoaxes, only serve to heighten the sense of dread that hangs over Whitechapel. The final act of this grisly performance is the murder of Mary Jane Kelly in early November. The most brutal of all, her body is found virtually unrecognizable in her room in Miller's Court. And then, as abruptly as they began, the murders cease, leaving behind a trail of unsolved mysteries and a city in the grip of terror. The relentless pursuit of the monster begins, with every lead followed, every clue examined. The investigation into the Jack the Ripper murders was as relentless as it was frustrating. The authorities were faced with a criminal who left little evidence behind, and a public gripped by fear and fascination. In the heart of London, the police were working tirelessly, combing through every inch of the crime scenes, sifting through masses of information and interviewing countless individuals. They found themselves in a race against time, the pressure mounting with each passing day as the public's demand for justice grew louder. The list of suspects was a lengthy one, with each new name adding another layer of complexity to the investigation. From local butchers to doctors, from sailors to slaughterhouse workers, the potential identities of the Ripper seemed endless. It was a puzzle with too many pieces, a labyrinth with no clear path to the center. The media played a significant role in shaping public opinion and fueling speculation about the killer's identity. Newspapers were awash with sensational headlines, grim illustrations, and theories as wild as they were varied. The figure of Jack the Ripper was transformed into a spectre that haunted the city, his name becoming synonymous with an unspeakable horror. The authorities found themselves not only battling a cunning adversary, but also navigating the murky waters of public opinion. They were caught in the crossfire of criticism and expectation, their every move scrutinized and questioned. The hunt for the Ripper was as much a public spectacle as it was a criminal investigation. Despite their best efforts, the authorities were always one step behind. They found themselves chasing shadows, the elusive figure of Jack the Ripper, always just out of reach. The investigation was fraught with difficulties, the journey to justice proving to be a treacherous one. Despite their best efforts, the authorities remain one step behind, the identity of Jack the Ripper slipping through their fingers. The hunt for the killer was a relentless pursuit that in the end left more questions than answers. More than a century later, the shadow of Jack the Ripper still looms large, his identity remaining one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Over the years, a multitude of theories have been spun around the identity of this infamous figure. Some suggest he was a doctor, given the precision with which he carried out his heinous acts. Others propose he could have been a butcher, familiar with the gruesome task of dissection. There are those who speculate he might have been a member of the upper class, shielded by wealth and power. The theories are as varied as they are numerous, each one a testament to the enigma that is Jack the Ripper. The fascination with this case has not waned with time, but rather it has grown. Books have been written, films produced, and countless documentaries made, all attempting to shed some light on this enduring mystery. The allure of the unknown, the tantalizing puzzle that is the Ripper's identity, continues to captivate the imaginations of people around the world. Even today, efforts to unmask the Ripper continue. Forensic science has made leaps and bounds since the late 19th century, and every now and then a new piece of evidence or a fresh perspective breathes life into the investigation. DNA analysis, geographic profiling, even psychological profiling. Modern tools are being wielded in the hope of finally cracking this age-old case. Yet despite these efforts, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains elusive. Is it possible that we might one day uncover the truth? Or is the Ripper destined to remain a faceless phantom, forever lurking in the annals of history? Who was Jack the Ripper? We may never know. The question remains a chilling reminder of a time when a shadowy figure held a city captive with fear. The enduring mystery of Jack the Ripper, ladies and gentlemen, continues to bewitch us, a testament to our innate fascination with the unknown.
Thank you for watching. We hope that we have expanded your knowledge somewhat. It would be awesome if you would take the time to comment, like, and subscribe. Ring the bell so that we can notify you of our new videos. Have a great day. See you later.